tactic of these are the things that we can do. These are the people that we have control over. Like, work with us for whatever reason, whatever it is. Because again, I don't have context behind what they do. It then transitions into the whole, New Babylon stuff. He joins. And what if it was for the purpose of being an inside man and gaining intel or knowledge and providing that to the people who, again, gave him that second lease at life to either structure their deals for whatever it is that they need in a better light because they'll have the inside knowledge of what they'll do, what they need. And it was all done through Barrick. Because the people who gave him that second lease at life
he owes them
are going to... Exactly.
Yeah, they got it over.
When does that end?
When does that
well,
end? That's the conversation it always comes up, right? When you talk to somebody, you say, okay, I do this for you, and then I owe you a favor. When does that come, right? And then the next thing somebody says is, I guess you take the risk to find out. Right?
Yeah, because the alternative is...
And of course, you're not going to have a chance. Yeah.
Well, am I crazy in saying it sounds like it? Let's say, Matt, whatever you're saying here is 100% true, and the intentions were for him to assist in putting a plan together or strengthening ties in some way, shape, or form, or setting up a deal. Does it not kind of paint the picture that the deal has been done in the sense of, obviously these are dangerous people, strong people who can do harm if they see fit. If it was enough to scare him that much, no?
Well, it's a two-part thing. It was his second lease at life, but he was also, again, trying to help Richard, right?
Yeah.
So it's like this multi... it's not just like a one-off thing, and we also don't know any context behind anything else that had happened, truthfully.
Yeah.
I mean, do I think Barrick would be honest regarding it? I believe that if any of us were to have a conversation with him, I think he would be honest.
Well, now I don't think
now he doesn't
even know what to say.
That's what I mean, is he doesn't even remember. That's where I see it as maybe it won't be well, you do something for me once, but when is the end? I think there is an end. I think that's what I'm saying. I think they did in some way, shape, or form wrap those ties up. No, like
not necessarily, because
to the point of knowing, like,
don't forget, Speedy admitted he was the one to shoot or stab or whatever Barrick. It was already out of statute, and this was the exact same conversation when he said he was also part of FaZe Clan. He knows, like, that Barrick was involved, but made it very clear he was never at any of their meetings, not once. That's giving puppet vibes. You want someone distanced, but still in your control. You don't have them show up to meetings. You tell them what it is they're going to do if you're holding something above their head.
And you're saying Speedy's the one that did that to Barrick?
No, Speedy was the one to injure him regarding New Babylon because they suspected that he was the one feeding information to the Faceless, resulting in them being bombed or whatever. So I don't know the context behind that, because remember...
Spitter knew he was face paint or whatever the hell. And why was Barrick even giving Chance New Babber?
I don't have context behind that, but remember this. We don't know the relation between Faceless and New Babylon. Were New Babylon trying to get one over on Faceless? Faceless found out, and that's why there was a level of aggression in which, there were bombs? I don't know. Like, could that be it? Who the fuck knows? I'm going based entirely on, like, a hypothetical and, assumption, essentially. I'm thinking of, like, what would make sense.
Yeah. And Barrick, now, again, Barrick don't remember nothing? What is he? What does he remember that we had ownership of a house? That's what Me's want to know. Because I'm gonna be real. If he don't remember
shut the
that he
fuck
gave me
up.
100 racks, then I'm just gonna say, yeah, me still live in a house. You didn't give me no monies, and then Me's just gonna move back in.
He got your damn text messages, bitch. He knows you're fucking.
No, if he still ain't got no phone,
So-
does he still got the same phone number?
Yes, he does. I've spoken to him 5 days ago.
So I don't know. I just know I straight up I haven't spoken with him. I don't want it perceived as like if I'm speaking with Barrick, yeah. Well, a combination of things. Whenever he gets on duty, I'm typically getting off duty, or
You're
it's
tired
just
as
been a
fuck.
very busy like meeting back to back day. Pred and I can agree on a lot of things. Pred, with his current stance on Barrick, I don't think will ever look past that, and rightfully so from the perspective of
what is because Pred
Pred knows that Barrick has ties with the Faceless to some capacity. I don't.
Because Kyle was crimer.
I don't know. I don't believe it was that. I think it was on the basis of someone bringing stuff up, and his whole thing is the BCSO didn't vet him. But like realistically, like straight up, I'm not kidding when I say this. The version of vetting that we would be looking at here is like, hey, we want a voluntary subpoena of all of your phone records, all of your bank records, any SIM you have ever purchased. We want all of those records. If there is even a potential that he had involvement in the Faceless, which I firmly believe he did, but not for nefarious reasons, just that he otherwise wouldn't be here if he hadn't agreed to do some less than ideal things.
Now, is this when Barrick was at that house? Is that when we think?
I believe so. So that's everything I think I know. I don't think he is a reason for concern. But I can see other people not having as much context.
Here's my next question. Well, yeah, that's what I'm about to say. People mad that he didn't get vetted before getting hired. How the fuck would somebody even know? If Barrick walked up to me and me not have no knowledge, me hire, like I would just hire him just like I would anybody else. You know, no criminal record, check. I know he's got a brain. I know he ain't no brain dead motherfucker. Check. Oh, I don't gotta train him. Check. Yeah, you're hired on the spot.
I mean, literally prior chief of police was a judge, had access to literally everything.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I agree.
To do that.
I agree. I mean, let's not pretend that
when shit comes up, okay, sure, then we can have conversation. But how are the people who hired him supposed to like? That's kind of.
Let's not pretend that if this had happened and he was in our department, this would be a non-issue. Like straight up, it would be a non-issue. Pred's making it an issue because he is BCSO. Like, there's no denying. Well, because he can. Because he
can.
It's no different than.
Why? Okay,
it's no different.
No disrespect, but why do they have morons like that in positions of power? Respectfully, why are we running that again? Like, why is that keep happening?
Well, it's different. It's typically pretty targeted and not just us versus them in every aspect. Correct.
So why Kyle not like him?
Well, it's not that he doesn't like him as much as it is, in my opinion, him fishing for a reason to essentially complain about someone. I'll give you another example. Y'all know Springfield?
No.
Yeah.
Jessica Springfield. She was
Oh, yeah,
she was
I know.
LSPD.
Yeah, I've met her a couple times.
Who's
Yeah.
shift 3?
She was
Yeah.
LSPD, and she transferred to the Marshals. Now, I would say a month before, or a month, maybe 2 months before transferring to the Marshals, there was a situation that had happened where she was in a Caracara. We were dealing with Hades. Hades had a helicopter that I believe they were smoking or out of fuel. And I got back and then I Slim Jimmed it and I ran out of fuel. Not a there wasn't, you couldn't, the blade wouldn't spin a millimeter, right?
Sure.
We call for tow. Springfield's, follows tow all the way north on Great Ocean, and Springfield following tow was the reason I reattached to the other pursuit with other Hades cars.
Sure.
We then get a 13 Alpha, which is PD tow, because they had gotten shot. The statement from the PD tow said something to the extent of Springfield broke off around Hookies, and I would say this was like maybe anywhere from a quarter of a mile to like half a mile past Hookies. So like right after the big bridge and then on like the little bendy bit. Which was very odd. And then Davenport remembered that he had arrested Springfield prior to her becoming a cop in Vespucci, which is where Hades currently resides. But this was during a different time when Hades wasn't there. It was BBMC. So in the back of Davenport's mind, and mine when he's giving me this explanation, Springfield is a very thorough fucking cop. Very thorough. There was a 311 announcing that she was going 42, but there was nothing about breaking off from the tow truck driver. None of that. So it was very off. And then for Hades to go and, I mean, obviously they could have tracked the helicopter, but to go and shoot the tow truck driver and there be no police presence there was very not like Springfield. Come to find out, based on what Springfield said, during that time, it wasn't Hades that occupied that area. It was BBMC, right? So that's already off. But again, the timing was so long ago that you can't really pinpoint exactly when that stuff happened. Davenport just knows he arrested her exactly in the area that they reside in now. So, coincidence. Right. And we deem this like, we'll monitor. In our opinion right now, it's nothing to be like too worried about. But it's something to keep in the back of our mind in the event where something like this were to happen again. But again,
should just painted her phone records to see if she got telecalled.
Well, no, it didn't even. I don't even think it would be.
Well, here's my next question: what'd she say? Why she broke off?
Well, so we didn't ask, and the reason we didn't ask was because we weren't sitting there accusing Springfield of coordinating with a potential prior gang. We just wanted it known that like the potential possibly exists, because like at the end of the day there was no benefit for Springfield to actually do that. Like straight up, Springfield knew that helicopter was out of fuel. Why would they go for the helicopter unless they had a tow truck? Why would they shoot the tow truck driver? Like there would be no reason. And again, come to find out, Springfield was not tailing the tow truck driver like the tow truck driver told us. Springfield was ahead of the tow truck driver, broke off on the hill right where Great Ocean and 68 meet, was on the hill right before the gas station, watched as they passed, saw nothing, and then turned around. Because Springfield had to emergency 42 and was dealing with something, right? But because of the tow truck driver specifically saying that Springfield was following the whole time and then broke off at Hookies, there'd be no way for a convoy of cars to go around that S-bend by Hookies and Springfield not see any of them, right? Like, right. So like again, all of that played into our like the potential exists. Like maybe there is. So anyways, all of that I say as context to when Pred found this out, or not when Pred found this out, Springfield transferred to the Marshals. And out of an abundance of caution, literally for no other reason, it wasn't to be accusatory. It wasn't to be like, this person is definitely working with the gang. We wanted to make Brian, who is now the director of the Marshals, know what was happening or what had happened, just to put it on his radar. Nothing actionable, but just to keep it in the back of his mind in the event where Springfield may be looking into, people involved, right? Well, I intended on having that conversation with Brian, except unfortunately, the day I did was the day of the execution. And unfortunately...
Execution of...
someone unrelated.
Eric?
No, entirely unrelated. Like, actual execution, like firing squad, like they were sentenced to death. Opal...
Okay.
Opal...
Wait, we're doing that again?
Yes. So Opal on this day was... or the judge provided a DOC 3 spots to put people up to be, executors. LSPD 3 spots and BCSO 3 spots. Brian is now a marshal, and unless he gets a spot from one of those 3 departments, he doesn't fit there. So I'm having a conversation with Brian like, hey, based on what the judge said, you can't. So if you want to be able to, you need to get them to clarify that the marshals, are going to get spots here. And I go... And I also need to talk to you about something else, but this is time sensitive because the execution was going to happen in 45 fucking minutes, and everyone needs to be dressed exactly the same. There could be no difference amongst anyone, so that there is no, trying to identify who participated, right?
Correct.
So it's like, all right, I'll talk to you another day. Well, between then and whenever Pred found out from Davenport this stuff with Springfield, Pred apparently went to
him.
Correct.
Yeah.
With it being framed as you hired someone who likely has gang affiliation, and then Brian flipped
secondhand,
correct, and then Brian flipped on Davenport. But again, this all happened because
that Davenport didn't tell him.
Well, no, it was because of how Pred approached Brian with the information from Davenport. Again, likely in a very accusatory way.
Information.
Well, he probably took some liberties with, and you just took someone on that, potentially has gang affiliation, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't actually have the conversation. Sure. I wasn't present. All I know is that Brian then flipped on Davenport, called him a bunch of, I guess, like useless or whatever he had said. But it was all because of us just trying to put it on Brian's radar, again, because we didn't believe it to be actionable. And then it was told to Springfield. Springfield then had a conversation with me explaining her version of events. Are they stopping? What unit was that? I heard brakes.
They're still going down the road.
Oh, it's Davenport. Okay.
They're still moving down the road.
So that all happened. But all of this is essentially to go back to the whole, like, what Pred does. It's not a us versus them jurisdictional BS. I don't think anyone wants a rerun of that ever again, as much as it is, like, fire starting on a limited basis is probably the best way I would describe it. So with the Barrick thing, he's probably taking the same... Huh?
You've been huffing his asshole too much, darling.
What do you mean?
Because you're a smart man, Matt. You call it how it is. You call some motherfucker out on their bullshit. You know Kyle is going to stir.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Okay? So you're huffing it like... Here's an example of a time where he took something that this ordeal, like huffing it. He probably was stirring.
Oh, he was. That's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm making. That's
stirring right now with Barrick.
Well, yes, but again, there is that, like, actual affiliation because they don't have that additional context.
Sure, but I still think that if it was anybody else that's bullshit, you would not be huffing it so fucking hard. Respectfully, Matt. And I don't know why.
I can explain why. He has nothing over me. I can explain why. I can see. Listen. Don't get me wrong. I can see how some of what Pred does, it can be a net negative. right? But Kyle's presence and just like the over-the-top energy is overwhelmingly very fucking positive for the PD as a whole.
Okay.
Not just like any one specific person. He's got
he's
that
not
aspect.
Somebody when he's not fucking us.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. When he's not raw dogging me. Yeah.
Yeah, sort of, kinda.
Yeah.
But I mean,
okay,
to just reiterate, like the over-the-top pred. Listen, I feel like I'm a pretty good negotiator, right? You know, you start off a negotiation at a very high number and you settle somewhere in the middle, right?
Okay.
That's not Pred's negotiation tactic. His negotiation tactic is we're going to start off in another fucking galaxy and we're going to meet far above the very fucking top that anyone else would have considered. Alice, command.
He's got snake ton. I know. I know, Kyle.
We get $7 million a week for command.
Stop talking to me about.
I get $1 million a week, Alice.
After the blood, sweat, and tears that me and Lukey Pookie had to put into this fucking department for it even to survive how it did. I don't want to hear it. I respectfully don't want to hear it. I was
what I'm saying is I know what I'm saying is no one else would have ever been able to secure that kind of money.
Okay, not yeah. No, I don't. Okay, no, I agree with you on everything you said to the point of I don't think that money being capable and being handed out is like. Do I think he did a good deed by doing that? Yes, but quite frankly, every single LSPD high command could have set something of the sort up previously. They failed to do so. Yes. But they had those luxuries through and through. I mean, we were
100% because Los Santos County, you know, actually had money the whole time.
We've been through this. Like they've been had money. Like they could have been paying out commands like this the entire time. So,
but again, it goes back to the whole. I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit here and use this money to overpay for a bunch of bullshit. You know, if people need something, I'm more than willing to help.
You're doing good with it. Yeah, you're doing good with it.
Listen, I'm sitting on $6.5 million.
Oh wow, five more than me.
Matt, I need some monies, please, for real. I need some monies. These corporate need repaired.
We can get that done.
I'm not getting back with another man just to get me corporate repaired. I learned from me's mistakes. Okay, me's mistakes.
So listen, back to the whole, like, you know, me huffing. The reality is I can see again the negative of certain aspects, but I don't think they'll ever outweigh the overwhelmingly net positive for the overall PD.
Me's don't disagree with. I want to clarify. Me's telling you huffing Kyle is not me slamming him, slamming you. You know, like we just call it how it is. Me's don't dislike Kyle. Me's even though he was fucking me raw like 7 months ago when he was giving me $250 an hour, me still don't dislike Kyle, and me's agree with you that he does bring something to the table that nobody else can. Mace does agree with you with that, but with that, you're right. It does come with that, Kyle.
I'm willing to make those concessions, to be clear. Like, even if I don't personally agree with them, I know for the overall betterment, like I can sit and be content with those smaller negatives than the overall PD suffering as a whole.
With somebody else.
Exactly.
Oh, 100%. His negatives will never surpass the bullshit with everybody else fucking us.
Yeah, 100%.
The other people fucking us was literal misery versus him fucking, you know, like, it really ain't that bad. You can,
yeah.
It really ain't. It ain't really that bad, to be honest. Like, let's face it. Like, that's just the truth about it. Like, it can those things that he's, you know, kind of stirring or whatever can just be solved by a simple conversation, and you know, you're straight. You know, and it is what it is.
But yeah.
Just to clarify, Meese don't disagree with you. Meese, you know, Meese never had problem with Kyle. And Meese don't really care.
For me,
Meese, you know,
it like again, like I've said it before and I'll say it again. Pred was the only person I'd have ever considered a high command position under, but it's
don't say this shit no more to me.
but it is specifically because of how he put it this way. He has that over the top energy enough for the both of us. I'm the sane, down to earth, like talk sense into Pred, or will flat out tell him like no on something and he will absolutely drop it. But I use that sparingly, because if I were to apply that logic to every single thing he does, everything would get shut down. Exactly. You got to pick and choose your battles. And I know Pred. I know when he's doing something just to spite someone. I know when those battles have to be picked and when they can just be ignored because it's going to be a non-issue. I've always just worked really well with Pred, and as a result, it's why I would only do it under Pred. I also know that, again, because Pred will ask for outlandish things, you know, sometimes maybe I shouldn't word it that way.
Benefit?
Yeah, for the PD as a whole. Like, just straight up.
Sure.
I think that's all I got. Figured I'd lay it all out. The barrack stuff,
So here's my next question. Like, you're not gonna, you know, you are in position right now, so what are you gonna do?
What do you mean? In what sense?
I mean, you don't really have to do anything.
Yeah, there isn't anything for me to do regarding anything. Like, I can't mention the stuff regarding Eric. Like,
can you help him though from where you are?
I don't, not without saying it, because all I would be doing is essentially confirming, like, I think he does have or had affiliation.
No more, right.
Well, the thing is, the no more part is up in the air. I have no idea.
You can't confirm that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, could there be a day where, you know, he's given a call and told, hey,
time to
this is our, you know, you agreed to 3 things and this is the last one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why it's difficult, specifically in this instance. It's a tough one. It is a tough one.
So my question is, why are you telling us? Other than
well, because I'm going crazy, apparently.
Yeah.
In addition to that, it bothers me that I know and I haven't told anyone. I mean, I think I know, rather. Like, it was like reconfirmed with everything else.
Tell Richard? You're not going to tell Richard? Please don't blame him, by the way, if you don't, because he's a snitch.
No.
No, not even that. I think it's dangerous for Richard to have that kind of information granted to his, like...
I don't know if I told Richard.
No?
From before.
Some things are better kept secrets, because you're right. Who knows what could happen to Richard if that information gets to him and it gets out. And Richard...
Let's not forget, Richard... Let me rephrase. My sickness got better, and if I recall correctly, Richard knew. Oh, who's this? Yeah.
Oh, they're just driving.
As if it was like coordinated. And then Richard eventually got better.
So that Richard did that for you?
That would be my assumption, but I don't know. But what I will say is it all directly ties into the Faceless. Because the Faceless was identified as, or recall correctly, one of the 4 horsemen.
Who are the others?
We talked about it. What was the fucking other words you were using? The other
oh gosh, was it war, famine? Oh, what are the others?
What he said earlier. That was the word he used earlier.
Is it death? I don't know what the last one is. Okay, wait, hold on. War was Faceless. War was faceless. Norman Bones, death,
I'm assuming. Yeah,
famine,
hopefully.
pestilence, which directly tied into people being sick, if I recall correctly. I don't remember the last one. Don't remember the last one.
Into the damn power plant, zipping around in
the. So if it does tie into that, that would be incredibly unfortunate, because obviously people were just trying to do what they believed to be in the best interest of whoever they cared about that may have been sick,
Yeah.
You cut out a little bit for me there. Can you say that again?
I said if it does have to do or deal with, all of the people being sick and whatnot, the unfortunate reality is people may have been dragged in, sort of not even on their own accord, but just on the basis of trying to help someone else who may have been sick, So it's, and that's the only, straight up, that's the only way I see Barrick having been involved in any capacity.
He's a grace.
Yeah. Guys, I think I'm going crazy. Today's been a day.
I don't think so, but it's hard, and then also like I wouldn't want to talk to Barrick about it because I wouldn't want to like
I wouldn't want to put him in that
Barrick
spot
and put him in.
Well, no, we're not talking about nothing. The only thing me's talking about is stress me out. This conversation never happened for me.
Oh yeah,
but
period.
I will say you might have been sniffing acid. I don't think you're crazy. I think you were sniffing some acid.
No, he wasn't, because Alice, half of that bullshit he was talking about earlier, I was dealing with in the damn lower motor pool. There's some.
No, you weren't.
Okay,
No
yes,
way,
dumb bitch.
crazy.
Yes, the fuck I was.
Okay,
I'm telling you,
so
it's
maybe
real.
y'all both ate from the same bad place at the food court, because there's no way you can justify what the fuck is zombie. Really,
Alice, you've been hiding in your little hole, baby. Okay. The island's been a bit rough the past couple of weeks. Dealing with crazy fucks, Zulus, Papa Zulus, zombies. That's the stronger one. Okay.
Is Zulu the strain of acid?
No, bitch. That's a kind of fucking zombie. The strong one, the daddy and the mommy, and the mountains, and everything we were dealing with up there, and then all of these hallucinations coming after. Because I would like to repeat, at first, those zombies were real physical thick, okay? And people saw them. The police department saw them. We fought them together in shift 3, okay? Matt Rhodes, correct me if I'm wrong, was that not you and I together at the damn survival camp? And we were literally getting chased by murderers? You're telling me that was all hallucination? I don't fucking.
I don't think that was me.
Bitch, at least.
Oh, it wasn't you.
Everything
no,
has.
It was Richard and King, but regardless.
Everything has like an explanation. But zombies are not real. That's not real.
Well, they are. So.
No, that's probably.
Yeah.
That's probably just people.
No. Because you don't shoot someone and they get back up.
Well, we've lived in those Santos, darling. Tell me that again with a straight face.
I will. 10 rounds, maybe 5, and I would have been with you.
I want you to know.
In the dumb, I would have been with you.
Alice, I put 30. I put 30. It didn't matter. Didn't matter. They didn't affect them at all.
If that was someone with paint on their damn face, well then. And if they are, then cool. But they look like a zombie, talk like a zombie, act like a zombie. They are a damn zombie.
Got a newborn baby.
Well, on that note, I think it's time for me to go 42.
42?
Yeah.
Oh, short shift.
Well, it's only been like maybe 6 hours, but I need to sort something out today. I gotta finish stuff up.
All right. Okay.
Hopefully it
long
does.
as you being safe.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
What?
No, I don't mean that was okay. I know that sounded sarcastic,
Now
but
we're worried.
no. That sounded sarcastic, but it wasn't meant to be.
Okay.
Definitely wasn't meant to be. But could I get a ride back to Mission Row?
Yeah.
Sure.
No, we're gonna make you walk. We're gonna make you thumb it, darling.
Right.
What the hell? Shit.
I appreciate y'all listening to the crazy life of Matt
Sometimes
Rhodes.
you gotta vent, you know. You just gotta talk about it. You gotta vent it out. Little ventilators. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Matt, actually, I have a question since before you're leaving. And,
Yeah, what's up?
You know, obviously, it's probably a more intensive conversation, but who would you like to see as sheriff?
Oh gosh.
Think about it, and we'll talk about it. Cause me's, you know, me's gone.
Ventura.
You want to see Ventura as sheriff?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. I don't want any change in sheriff. I genuinely think that's the best
You don't
choice.
want that answer. He don't want that answer because the only reason why he's saying keep that sheriff is because he doesn't want the whole change thing, and we already had that conversation earlier.
Yeah.
Well, it's stupid. Like this is literally the only time where there hasn't been a change in either high command structure when an election went through and it, you know, the mayor changed.
But here's my question. This is me saying to Lukey Pookie, right? I agree with you. Like 3 months, everybody changing all the time, like how that was rinse and repeat 3 months is fucking dog meat. However, is this the sheriff at the time that should be the one that stays the 6 months? Is this the one that is suited for that position and capable of being that leader that the BCSO that I need as a member of the BCSO? That's my question. I
think Frost is capable. I think he was dealt a very rough hand.
So was everybody else. Hold on now.
Well, yes. I'm not excusing that. I think he originally started with the misconception that the mayor can control a lot of what he does, and that's not realistically the case. And once he sort of like, you know, fit into that role and learned that that is not the case and that the mayor needs to be hands off, I think he ended up doing a lot better. I think a lot of the negative associated with especially the beginning of him being the sheriff is directly attributed to that whole mayor sheriff relationship, but I don't think that's an issue anymore. But if it was my choice to begin with, it would have been who I said. Now, in saying that, not ideal because I know Pred hates his guts.
Well, he needs checks and balances.
Yeah,
I'll just say that much.
He gets too much power. He gets fucking hungry. That stupid man.
Not wrong.
The reason Maze asking, Maze asking because Maze hasn't worked for 4 months, so Maze don't know Frost at all. So the whole term, like I don't know what he's done, what he hasn't done. Maze know nothing.
I think you'll like him. I think you'll like him a lot.
Okay. All right. And Me's asking because, you know, Me's get form that says, do you want to keep sheriff? Do you want to be sheriff? Who do you want to be sheriff? And Me's, you know, wants to do me research, you know. Me's smart about it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
We'll talk more about it when I see it.
All right, sounds good.
Hopefully before new sheriff or same sheriff or whatever, you know, hopefully it happens before that.
It'll probably be the same, would be my assumption, just based on conversations had.
You can give me more information.
Yeah.
And things, that's all.
All right, I appreciate y'all. I got to get going.
Bye.
At the bar. Okay. Chat, I have number one today was top tier. I have someone coming over in half an hour to help with finishing running these new wires.
Hi.
Hey.
Have you heard of PD Bot?
No.
We have a bot who fights crime.
Oh. It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
That is he with a chainsaw.
That sounds like a liability.
And he was told that we hate the marshals.
So they were told specifically by Pred.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
No
I wish I
problem.
had the mental capacity to deal with that, but I am going 42. So I'm just, that's a tomorrow problem, assuming no one dies today.
Yes, of course, of course. Somebody just stole Marcus's bike. Sorry, and PD Bot gave chase and blown them both up, the bike and the suspect.
And is that bad from the grand scheme of...
Technically, we can shoot people that steal police cars, right? Or is that no more?
Well, I don't know that I'd argue a bike. We tip... Jesus,
shit,
Abdul, I'm sorry. You were testing my reflexes. I get it.
It's amazing that
I do have to go, but I'll say this. I know that I'm impressed. I'll say this. Typically, it's justified on the basis that we have, even if they're locked up, we have, you know, class 2s and whatnot in the vehicle.
Yeah.
Not so much on the motorcycles. So, I don't know. Also, our motorcycles are genuinely ass. Like, actual, genuinely the most atrocious thing in existence. In every capacity. So...
Makes sense.
But I mean, like... I mean, we have a robot with a chainsaw.
We do.
Hold up. I gotta give it a location, aka the 11th floor of apartment A. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Have a good one, Abdul. I appreciate you.
Have a good night, Rod.
All right. What type of wires? Ethernet. I have a lot of I'm sorry. I'm finally getting rid of my fiber because Comcast has, in my area, increased speeds a decent amount. Before you could get, I think it was 1.2 gigs down, 35 megabits per second up. It's now increased to 2 gigs down with normal Ethernet. And I want to say it's like 300 up for a fraction of the cost. And when I say a fraction of the cost, I mean like a fourth. Yeah, actually a fourth of the cost of what I pay now. So that plus I need to wire additional power over Ethernet things, and so I am doing that all right now.
I don't let you.
Okay. Oh, I will, Kerr. I will. Not even in my fridge right now. Anyways, chat, thank y'all so much for all love support. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for the follows, host raids, bits, donation subs, get subs, resubs. I say this each and every time. I genuinely cannot have asked for a better community to be built around this channel. So thank y'all for being absolutely amazing. If y'all haven't already, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Curvyelephant. Join the Discord, discord.gg/Curvyelephant. And if you enjoyed what you today, follow me on Twitch. I'd appreciate that as well. I'll be live tomorrow. We might do some server cleanup tomorrow, given what we have now. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, chat.